Now this is my sovereign authority. Get yours.
What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're going to be reacting to a sovereign citizen on TikTok who seems to think that he has cracked the code to no longer ever being detained or arrested. Let's see if he can out-lawyer all these lawyers out here making these laws. Let's get after it.
I already gave this one to the court. I'm going to read it out loud so everyone understands what it says, and then I'll post it at the end. It's the Affidavit of Reservation of Rights, UCC 1-308, 1-207. Public. This is a public communication to all. Notice to agents is notice to principals. Notice to principals is notice to agents. Applications to all successors and assigns all are without excuse. Alright, this is how it says. Let it be known to all that I, Travis Richard Jensen, explicitly reserve all of my rights. See UCC 1-308, which was formerly UCC 1-207, subsection 1-308, performance or acceptance under reservation of rights. A party that which explicit reservation of rights performs or promises performance or assents to.
Have y'all ever talked to someone and they just use a bunch of big words that don't really make sense? That feels like a word soup thing that's going on here.
Performance in a manner demanded or offered by other party does not thereby prejudice the rights reserved. Such words as without prejudice, under protest, or like are sufficient. I retain all of my rights and liberties at all times and in all places. Nunc pro tunic, now for then. From the time of my birth and forevermore. Further, I retain my rights not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally, and furthermore, I do not accept the liability of the compelled benefit of any unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. I am not ever subject to silent contracts and have never knowingly or willingly contracted away my sovereignty. Further, I am not a United States citizen or a 14th Amendment citizen. I am a state citizen of the Republic and reject any attempted expiration. See 15 United States Statute.
We're going to go over this at the end, but you can't just say I'm not a U.S. citizen, I'm not a 4th Amendment or 14th Amendment citizen, but I am a state citizen. No, the 14th Amendment extends to the states. Yeah. And he's also citing the Uniform Commercial Code. We're going to go over that in a minute, but Uniform Commercial Code has nothing to do with criminal law or citizenship.
At large, July 27th, 1868, also known as the Expiration Statute. I have a hard time saying that. Expatriation Statute. Violation fee of my liberty is $250,000 per incident or per 15 minutes or any part thereof, wherefore all have undeniable knowledge. Affidavit. Travis Richard Jensen, Sir Juris, a natural-born citizen of Utah, in his de jure capacity as a republic as one of the several states of the Union created by the Constitution of the United States of America, 1777-1789. This incidentally makes me an American national and a common man of the sovereign people, does swear and affirm that affiant has scribed and read and forged in foregoing facts, and in accordance with the best of affiant's first-hand knowledge and conviction, such are true, correct, complete, and not misleading, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now this is my sovereign authority. Get yours.
This is my sovereign authority. Get yours, or you're going to miss out, or whatever he's trying to sell you. All right, so let's go over this. Okay, so this is what he had stated. This is his Affidavit of Reservation of Rights under the Uniform Commercial Code. It's very important for us to first talk about what the Uniform Commercial Code is. I Googled what is the Uniform Commercial Code just so that I could have an explanation for you. The Uniform Commercial Code is a comprehensive set of laws governing all commercial transactions in the United States. It is not federal law, but a uniformly adopted state law. Okay, so what that means is this happens all the time, right? There are certain uniform codes and laws where a bunch of lawyers got together and they said, hey, this is how we should govern this thing. They put it out to all the states, and a lot of the state legislatures will then go ahead and adopt it because it's easier than writing your own law because someone already did it for you. So this is what he is purporting is this declaration made him a sovereign citizen. And when we say sovereign citizen, he means that he is not subject to the laws of the United States because he's not a member of the United States. That's what he is saying. So, he read this out. We're going to go over it a little bit. Let it be known to all that I explicitly reserve all of my rights. See UCC 1308 and 1207. Again, this has to do with commercial transactions. A party with the explicit reservation of rights performs a promises performance or assents performance. Basically, it's saying you have the right to perform or not perform. It's a lot of words that some lawyers decided to put together to confuse people. This means nothing. Further, I retain my rights not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, or intentionally. It then goes on to say that, hey, I'm a natural born citizen. I don't assent to the union, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so here's the thing. You can't just do that, right? So it's not a contract to be a citizen, right? You become a citizen because you're born here, or you apply and you become naturalized. There's no contract. There's no offer. There's no acceptance. There's nothing you have to do for being an American citizen. If you present this to the court, if you're arrested, they will laugh at you. I will laugh at you. You can't get rid of your rights by just giving it up, right? It's the same thing with where dads say, I don't want to pay child support, so I'm just going to give up my rights to my kid. That doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Neither is this. You cannot use the Uniform Commercial Code, isn't even federal law, which isn't even state law necessarily in a lot of states, to govern a criminal statute or criminal case law, like probable cause, all these things, Constitution, those sorts of things. You can't underwrite that with the Uniform Commercial Code. I actually had this video sent to me by some folks that had questions about this. Don't fall for this kind of stuff. If you're pulled over by a police officer, you need to do two things. You need to give them your ID, and you need to tell them that you don't consent to any searches and that you want to speak to a lawyer. Okay, so technically those are three things. Three things you need to do every time. You need to present ID. You need to tell them that you don't consent to any searches and that you want to speak to a lawyer. Okay. The first one, present an ID. That's something you have to do in most statutes in most states. If you are suspected of committing a crime, or if there's at least reasonable suspicion that you've committed some sort of a traffic violation or a crime, you have to present ID. If you don't, it could be failure to identify or some sort of resisting charge that could come after it. So that's why I say you have three things. Don't present a Uniform Commercial Code affidavit. It means nothing. It's a piece of paper. Present your ID, tell them you want to talk to a lawyer, and tell them you don't consent to any searches. Thanks for stopping by. Quick video, but I wanted to dispel this crazy rumor that's going around on TikTok that you can just not get arrested ever again. Not true. Don't follow this guy's advice. Don't even follow my advice. Do some research, and you'll find out that UCC nonsense is a load of crap. See you next time.